When is the last time that you read a business book? Now, for most people, the answer to that will be never, or the last one that you've read will have been an industry-specific book. My name is Nell, I'm an action coach, business coach, and I always get my clients reading business books. Why? Very, very simple. The more that we learn, the more our knowledge grows. The more our knowledge grows, the more we can put that back into our business. The more that we can put that kind of knowledge back into our business, the better actions we take, the better decisions we make. And when we do those things, we just get not only a better business, but basically also more money. So reading is a great asset to your business, just a slightly different asset. Now, when we get started, or when I start with new clients, we always have a sort of starting reading list. So a top 5 of books that I always recommend. Let me talk you through what those are. The first one, very, very simple. 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness by Jim Rohn. Fantastic book. Anything to do with 5 to 10 year planning. This is really great to really let you sit down and do a bit of an exercise that says, where do I want to be in 5 years' time? What do I want to achieve? It's fantastic to make you sort of start thinking that much further out, and just generally around happiness and how our business can provide for that. There's a great exercise on about page 30, 35-ish, something like that. Might be slightly earlier. Yeah, I forgot it. It's somewhere around the 30s. There's a great exercise that I always get my clients to do, and it's really great to understand what can we do now, what do we want to do in the next 10 years. So highly recommended. The next one that I recommend is the EMyth Revisited by Michael Gerber. There's a couple of versions of this, so if you're getting it, make sure that it's the revisited version. So EMyth Revisited stands for Entrepreneurial Myth Revisited. It's a really great book to help you with the overall, where is it that you want to take the business? How do we create a business that can work without you? So it's something that I always help my clients do. That's what we always work towards, is how can we create a business that ultimately, where you can make the decision whether you go to work or not, because it doesn't need you in it. It's because you want to be there. Now, this is really, really great. Talks very much around the McDonald's kind of franchising systems, etc. It's a really great read, especially when you're starting up in a business, to really get a better idea of what is it that I should be working towards. So fantastic. The next one is then all around time management, because as you're starting to grow the business, plates start spinning faster and harder. So the next one then is Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. You'll see this one referred to quite regularly, probably in quite a few of my videos, and in anything you're watching around time management. It's a really thin, really easy read, but really powerful. Lots of great top tips on how you can get the most out of your time management, what to do, how to create new habits around your time and making the most out of your time. So always highly recommended. My next one then is Instant Sales by Brad Sugars. He's the CEO and founder of Action Coach. I love this book because it's a really simple way of talking about sales. Now, for me, this helps because when I'm working with my clients, it educates them instantly on the process that we are working towards. So I love them reading this. He writes it in a really simple kind of format, which I also love. Lots of great examples, lots of great strategies, but this helps you instantly understand, what does the sales process look like? Why are we doing this? How can we make it better? And what impact can this have on my business? So really great book to also put on your bookshelf. And then last but not least, Profit First by Michael, and I can't pronounce his surname, Michalowicz, from someone with an equally unpronounceable surname. I hope he will forgive me that I kind of at least tried. But Profit First, it's really good because it allows us very much to look at cash flow and money. And a lot of business owners make a lot of mistakes really early on with their cash flow by not setting it up in the right kind of way. And this really explains that really simply, what changes you could make. So these are my top 5 recommendations of the first business books that really you should be reading. Now, I started a business book club, especially for my clients, to make sure that we're all reading the same book, that we all have a great focus on continuing that reading. It's fun, but at least it means that once a month they are all reading a book. Now, those of you that watch my video regularly will know this. I often do this. So these are my 5 top books, but the 6th one that I quickly wanted to throw in as added value, and it's not necessarily a business book as such that I would recommend, but a book that I read for a book club that really had a massive impact and that was absolutely fantastic and is now in my top 3 of ever read business books that I did not want to leave you guys not sharing, is Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. It's the story of Nike. It's fantastic. It is really great to read how it got to where it is right now, to really understand a lot of the things behind it. It's a really moving story. It had me gripped from the beginning. So definitely, if you are going to either listen or read a book that is more autobiographical even, that's the word I was looking for, and it's not something I'm normally a fan of, but if you want to just get like an overall story of a company that's kind of there and how they've got there, then I highly recommend that as option number 6. That's it. Go and get some. You now know top 5 books to get, and a 6th one thrown in as an added bonus for you. Go start reading, go learn more, go and implement it in your businesses.